Hello everyone, welcome back to another Recycled Crafts with Miss Echo. Today I'm going to show you how to make these beautiful sun catchers from plastic water bottles. I will show you both of the methods that I used, but feel free to use your imagination and come up with multiple ways to change the shapes and designs on them. So this is how we're going to make these water bottles. What you will need is you'll need some water bottles, a pair of scissors, and some markers. With the markers, it is better to use permanent markers if you have permanent markers available, because they definitely will stay put. You could place this outside and have a beautiful sun catcher outside hanging around. But if you use the washable markers, the marker won't actually dry completely, so it would be more recommended for indoor use, and then that way it won't run everywhere. So what we're going to do to get started is we will take our plastic water bottle, and you have to remove the label. So you can use any kind of water bottle or plastic bottle in general. If it's soda, it's soda. Just make sure that you wash it out before you start this craft, because otherwise you're going to get really, really sticky. And we don't want that. So what we're going to do is we're going to start by coloring in our designs. So, and you can do this in any which way you want. What I'm going to do is just a very basic fast thing. So it's really fun because it makes a lot of funny noise. See, and it's not quite covering the whole thing, which is fine. You can try to get it to cover everything if you want. It's up to you. Let's see. All right, and you do not need to color in the bottom because we're going to cut that part off. So let's change the color a little bit. You could use your favorite colors. You could make it a rainbow. You could do whatever you want in this step. It's the fun thing about creating crafts is that really there's no set way of doing it. I'm just showing you one of the many ways that you could do this. I'm coloring up and down. You can color side to side. It's all up to you. All right, so then I'm gonna use one last color. I think I'm gonna go with orange. I'm gonna do orange all the way up at the very top. You could draw designs on it, like different spots or stripes or faces if you want. Okay, so this is what we're gonna do next. And this part, you will definitely need adult supervision on if you're planning on cutting anything and you're not comfortable using scissors, or you're not allowed to. So you're gonna cut at the very bottom. See how I have this on one of the edges. I'm gonna cut here, and then using the scissors, do not use your hands because you're probably going to feel a sharp edge if you do that. You're gonna just go around the very bottom and completely cut off the bottom of the water bottle. So now we have this water bottle that will never hold water ever again, because we have repurposed it. So now we're going to cut on an angle, and we're going to cut around the bottle. You can follow the ridges, but you don't want to follow them too much because, as you'll see, we'll run out of space if you follow them completely. You want to make sure that you cut all the way around in a spiral, so that way everything stays together. You don't want a bunch of little pieces of plastic just laying around. So it's quite loud, so let me just cut this for a second. All right, so now I've gotten to the top. You don't want to cut all the way up. I mean, you can if you want, but here, I'll show you all the way up. If you cut all the way up, then you're going to have kind of this like extra little thing. So I would suggest cutting only to about here, so that way you have a full top on here. And now, as you can see, we have a beautiful sun catcher. So if you want to hang it up just using the cap, all you do is you unscrew the cap, and then you can just rest it on whatever you can rest it on. If you need to use string, I did not mention that you might need string. Sorry about that. If you need to use string, it's really easy to do. You just put it into where you would drink from, and then you close the cap on it. And then it'll hold up with the string, and then you can tie it to anything. So this is one method of making this bottle. So it is really springy and it bounces around. It's really nice. The other method that I did was I made it kind of look like a jellyfish. So this is how I did this. Again, take a clean water bottle, unwrap the plastic or the label, and then with the jellyfish, let's see, I made some eyes, and then smile. He's a very happy jellyfish. And then I colored in all around him with a different color. So you can make him multiple colors if you want. You can make him all one color. See how the difference is between the washable marker and the permanent marker? The permanent marker won't go anywhere when I touch it, but oh boy, this washable marker comes right off. So just be careful when you're using any kind of marker. But I have more washable markers than I do permanent markers. So this is what I'm using from at home. Okay, so I'm not going to color in the whole thing because it's going to be loud, but I will show you how I made the jellyfish. So to make a jellyfish, oops, that marker's going everywhere. To make a jellyfish, you're going to start at the same way that we did with the spiral. You're going to cut at the very bottom. If my scissors will work. There we go. And then just cut around. So that way you have this little thing off. Again, it's now an open water bottle in the bottom. So instead of cutting in a spiral, what I did was I zigzagged it up to this bottom ridge. And then I zigzagged another one and another one. See how you're starting to get the little tentacles that come off? And then another one. You don't have to be very precise at all, which makes this one a really fun one, especially with anyone who is still first learning how to cut things. It's more of a straight line, so there we go. And so now you'll see I have all of these little pieces. They're like the tentacles that come down. So you can leave it just like this and have a jellyfish friend that is short, or you can stack the two on top of each other, and then you'd have a nice jellyfish with this middle bit coming down. Some jellyfish have multiple tentacles that come out like this, and then also a big spirally one in the middle. So if you want to connect the two bottles together, what you're going to do is you're still going to use, like we did on the spiral one, and then you're just going to, you're just going to open up the other one. Oh boy, I've got purple all over my hands. That's okay. Crafting can be messy. And so I just fed the string up through the bottom of the jellyfish, and he rests on top. And you can put the lid back on the jellyfish, or you could leave it off. I'm going to put the lid back on so that way I don't have a lid just hanging around. All right. And so now you'll see we have this jellyfish that stays together, just like this. All right, what other animals do you think you can make with this? I'm not really sure. But whatever you do, have fun. All right, and thank you for watching this video today. And hopefully you have some fun with some recycled crafts at home. Have a great day.